Hi, I'm Marco Quevedo, and I'm in this 550 educational class. The earliest memory of use of technology in the classroom that I have was for, I believe it was 506. It dealt with the media in the classroom. Um, the technology used in that classroom was, of course, the 2U software, and that software included obviously the notepads, the small virtual box where you can play videos and the presentations, PowerPoint presentations, whatever you want, or you can upload documents. It also had um, the private and classroom chat room boxes available. There was use also for you can have voting polls on there as well. I've seen some professors use that. So it had various multiple tools that can be used for that virtual online classroom. So part of the assignment with the classroom was we needed to create a PowerPoint presentation that needed to last while the presentation was to be for 8 minutes in length. So I created a PowerPoint presentation for a lesson plan that was to be used in the U.S. history classroom. So when I created that PowerPoint, I uploaded it to the 2U software. The teacher made me the host. And so I was able to present. However, the reason this is one of the earliest memories I have of using actual technology besides the regular classroom use is because when I created my PowerPoint, there was a glitch when I uploaded it to the 2U software. Some of the specs in my PowerPoint were not available, and my PowerPoint was basically some of the words were scattered, periods were missing, some of the pictures I used was missing, and they were all over the place. And so this was a time it became very difficult to present because I was using that PowerPoint presentation to use along for the class and for them to follow along. So since it was disrupted and my PowerPoint was basically all over the place. It wasn't in the proper format. I mean, the teacher excused me and she says it was fine. So I mean, there wasn't any problem with that. But I mean, it was difficult because I had things scattered all over the place. So I actually needed to use my own notes that I created for each slide. So I mean, that use of that technology at the time wasn't that great. So I ended up just using my notes for the presentation and just using the slides along and basically summarizing what would be on every slide. So at the time, I mean, it was a difficulty that came about with the use of the 2U software, and it was obviously a glitch. But I mean, I did make the most of it. However, it was later, later on, the professor told me that the format that was used because I used the docx format, and I guess I needed to use a actual Word format for the PowerPoint presentation made the difference when uploading. So that made it a little bit interesting for me because at first we weren't necessarily told that hey, if you had different formats, wow, some problems can come up within your file. So I mean that was okay, but I mean as I went on and I did other presentations, other classes, I didn't have a problem no more because I converted the docx to the Word format. So I mean that was good for me, and I didn't have any more problems with that. Um, but yeah, I mean it was a good experience to have in the classroom. Obviously, if I were ever to teach some type of online class, I want to make sure that all students knew that the different formats and versions for use of whatever files you may have in the classroom can affect sometimes based on the software you use. So I'll definitely keep that in mind for next time. Also, in my own host classroom right now, where I'm just observing teacher, the technology used in there is just basically the projector that's projected onto the whiteboard, and the teacher has a computer and he has a few speakers that can be used in the classroom. So the students have used this technology and software to make some basic presentations, again PowerPoints, or this certain it's called fake book profiles. It's similar to Facebook, but they create fake book profiles for historical figures in history. So they basically would make their own Facebook page, but for these historical figures, and do a presentation on that. So I mean, the technology is good use. I mean, the teacher has used it to play multiple videos from YouTube, to play different movies, documentaries. So I mean, it works really well. So yeah, that's basically the like technology that is in my whole classroom right now.